hopefully everybody can hear me now. So I'm going to wait for Zach to jump on. And we're talking about the King's Landing. Where is everybody going to land? Where is LeBron James going to play basketball? Apparently everybody can hear me now, so I'm going to add Zach here. Don't work, so only they work for you, but not for me. So okay. I'm just not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty clear advantage. I already had a big advantage in this debate, but having headphones, being able to hear clearly with that great Apple sound, in case they want to sponsor, that great Apple sound, I feel very confident today.
So let's start off with the fact that Zach lost in a
based on what?
Based on science, aka the votes.
As a kyriologist, I am out on science. Here's the thing about science. Science consistently proves itself wrong.
Okay.
So it's always wrong.
Zach, I don't know if this is the part where you're going to admit that you're a flat earther or what exactly is going on, but
I think it's weird that people think the earth is round.
This is going to go 100 directions in the wrong way before we even start to argue. The reality is I kicked Zach's butt yesterday. The 76ers wiped the floor with the Orlando Magic on Twitter and on Instagram. Thanks to everybody for voting.
What about per capita? There's a lot more people in Philadelphia than Orlando. I think this is biased. I think it's culturally biased.
No bias. No cultural bias. No bias. You're not going to – you just lost. It's okay. It's okay to lose. I have a feeling that the New York Knicks might show out today for you. So I will let you start with your opening argument as to why LeBron James would play in New York.
Let me take you back to 2010. What a great year. 28-year-old Zach has the world ahead of him. Just covering the NBA, loving life. We've got the decision. Jim Gray is talking to LeBron on TV. The rumors at that time were LeBron James got to get a gigantic bonus in his contract from Nike if he signed with the New York Knicks. And at the time, they had done everything they needed to do. They cleared out all of that Isaiah Thomas garbage from before. Later on, he would have to deal with other Isaiah Thomas issues, but that's a whole other player and situation.
That's a different video.
Donnie Walsh we should do that video. Donnie Walsh comes in. Donnie Walsh comes in, and he clears the deck. He hires Mike D'Antoni. He creates a great winning environment. Little did he know, LeBron had other plans. But at the time, the right move was to sign with the Knicks and turn that franchise into a winner. They haven't really been a winner since the 90s, and even then they didn't win a championship. Haven't been a championship winner since the 70s. One of the most storied franchises in our league's history, in our great league's history. And they missed out on a chance. What LeBron gets to do is right that wrong. I don't even have to tell you about Kristaps Porzingis and the whole unicorn thing, right? I don't have to tell you that Frank Ntilikina is a great defensive option, a guy that can hit a jumper, at least could in Europe, and I think will be able to hit one moving forward. Courtney Lee, one of the best contracts.
I'm going to interrupt you, Zach.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Let me know. So I just have one question. Did Frank Sinatra, did he sing about Dallas or did he sing about New York?
Okay, so if we're going to use somebody like Frank Sinatra here, that's really an unfair advantage to you. But the reality is, my question back to you is, when they stacked the deck, they put everything out there to get him, and he didn't choose them then. Right. Why the hell is LeBron James going to choose them now? If he didn't choose New York back then, he's definitely not choosing them now. I'm sorry, he's not going to New York. Because
Dwayne Wade, washed. Chris Bosh, no longer able to play. He can't team up with those guys in Miami anymore. So now the next best option is to right the wrong of not reviving the Knicks. And here, I'm going to 8-mile you for a second. I know what you can say.
Oh, boy.
What about James Dolan? Horrible owner. You're right.
Horrible.
But he's already worked for James Dolan for a long time. His name's Dan Gilbert. They're the same person.
Yeah, but imagine leaving Dan Gilbert. Imagine leaving Dan Gilbert to go to James Dolan. Who does that? Nobody does that.
He left Pat Riley and Mickey Arison to go back to Dan Gilbert after that horrible letter with the Comic Sans, and it was on the Cavs website for 4 years. This time, he's going to a less aggressive Dan Gilbert, except this guy's got a band. JD and the Straight Shot. He gets to listen to some bluegrass, some Americana music. LeBron loves music.
No shot for JD.
shots of his kids at Disney World, or shots of him listening to some JD in the straight shot?
There is absolutely no shot that is going to happen. And I hate to tell you, but going from Dan Gilbert to James Dolan is the woe.
Okay.
He's not doing that.
So let me ask you a question.
James Dolan's trying to fight players. We have issues with. I mean,
who isn't trying to fight players these days?
James.
It's all the rage.
James Dolan is the signature. When you look up bad ownership, James Dolan's picture is next to that. When you look it up, he is one of the worst owners in all of sports, not just in the NBA, in all of sports. He meddles in everybody's business, okay? We know LeBron doesn't like that. We know he doesn't like that. Sure. He doesn't even like to be meddled with by his general manager or his coaching staff. So I can't imagine him playing for James Dolan. I just can't imagine him playing on that staff.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Speaking of team culture, which we won't really get into with Dallas, I don't think that's necessary. I don't need to play that card. Okay. I'll mention the card, but I'm not going to play it.
Okay.
The last time they signed a free agent was Harrison Barnes. Fantastic signing, really. I mean, $98 million for Harrison Barnes. You have to spend it. Before that, who was it? Who did they get? They had DeAndre Jordan for about 6 hours until he got kidnapped.
And started an emoji war on Twitter.
Right, started an emoji war. Yep. Other than that, I can't really think of anyone they've signed outside of maybe JJ Barea, who, LeBron stopper for his heyday. I just don't see I don't see why Dallas becomes an option when you have the bright lights in the big city of the biggest apple in the world.
100%. And New York definitely has that. This is where I'm contractually obligated to tell you that there's no state income tax in Texas. Okay, sure. LeBron's a businessman. We know that, big businessman.
Yeah.
This you got Maverick Carter and Rich Paul talking to him and saying, you know what? We could use that money. We could go spend that money. We could do something. We could create a new business. So Dallas seems like that. I am obligated to say that.
Okay.
I have to mention that because it's literally one of the only good things that I can mention about Dallas at this point in time. Because as I sat down and tried to figure out how exactly I was going to concoct an argument for the Mavericks, it quickly became an anti-New York argument more than a pro-Dallas argument.
So you're mudslinging. You're mudslinging.
Yes.
Not the best campaign option.
No, LeBron loves cigars, and Mark Cuban's name is Mark Cuban, so we got that. It's very, very obvious that he wants to play for Mark Cuban, even though Mark Cuban's getting in. We got Shark Tank. We've obviously talked about that. He's used to getting terrible pitches, so he might concoct his own great pitch. I envision that Mark Cuban's a good recruiter. I could envision him really recruiting LeBron. Sure. So I'm trying to stay positive about Mark Cuban at this point in time, which is actually rather hard. So I'm just going to stay. I'm going to stay away from that and more go that no way in hell does LeBron James want to play for a James Dolan team.
Well, here's the thing. You mentioned Mark Cuban's name being synonymous with probably the best cigar out there, right?
Yes.
James Dolan could be doling out the money and doling out the championships.
Zach.
It could be.
I am already regretting the 2 days that you're going to spend here in Phoenix.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. I'm going to have the dog.
There's going to be so many of those that I'm already my head's shaking because I'm already prepared for it.
Has there ever been a Mavs tape? I don't think so. There was a Knicks tape, and J.R. Smith thrived as a member of the New York Knicks. Carmelo Anthony thrived as a member of the Knicks.
I don't really know.
I don't know.
He had Carmelo as a great example of thriving.
It's LeBron's good friend. That's LeBron's good friend, and Carmelo's problem was, hey, Phil Jackson's ruining my life. Phil's no longer there.
Yeah, Phil's not there.
Jeff Hornacek, you can fire him in a second. No one cares if Jeff Hornacek's the coach, so LeBron gets to pick his coach. He has all the power outside of James Dolan's CD decisions.
Yes, here's the thing. James Dolan can't get out of his own way. He just can't. There's no way.
Cuban might not be able to either.
The Cuban, I agree. He might not be able to either. I just like the market. Him going to play in Dallas, I think, very passionate fan base. Obviously, the Knicks fans have some pretty good fans, but they're I don't know. Playing in the Garden, I think it's overrated. Yeah. I think going to play in Dallas sounds like a really good option, and we're getting a lot of feedback about trashing Melo, mostly from Adonis, who happens to work here at FRS. He will not stand
Adonis,
he will not stand for any Melo
as
crap.
as a big Melo fan, I think I know where your vote should lie. I didn't slander Melo on here. I just asked the question.
Here's the thing, Adonis. This is where I remind you who your boss is and where you will be voting at the end of this video. Just making sure that you have some job security. So that's all. No,
Wow.
not a threat.
Mudslinging, threatening jobs, affecting the polling. I don't know. It seems like you could become president with this method, but also it seems like a poor way of doing any of this.
I knew that.
I didn't say president of what? Could be president of basketball operations. Who knows?
Yeah, president of basketball operations. The
Right.
Knicks obviously have had issues with that position. Anyways, Zach, do you have any last arguments here? Last thing, parting thoughts.
One of the great young stars in our league, Kristaps Porzingis. The knee injury is it's basically like getting your wisdom teeth removed at this point. Like an ACL repair, it's such a minor injury with granted a little bit of a long rehab, but Kristaps is going to be fine. He's the whole unicorn thing. He's a great young player. You're not getting that with Dwight Powell in Dallas. You're not getting that with Dirk Nowitzki in Dallas. You're getting that with Kristaps Porzingis. Go there. And a little bit more power for LeBron. You don't like Enes Kanter?
Okay.
You have the opportunity to get him out of there. So you get to move him to the next spot.
Yeah, I'm the only reason I would vote for him going to New York is so I could see him and Enes Kanter get into a fight. I'm here for that. I'm here for that moment and all of the chaos that would ensue. My parting thought here, Zach, is he doesn't want to play for James Dolan. I don't have any I'm not even going to end with pro Mavs. I'm just going to end with he doesn't want to play for James Dolan.
Oh,
that's
wow.
what I'm going to end with. I have to take my shots where I can, and yeah, that's where I'm going to take my shots.
You guys know where to vote. New York, New York.
Yeah, you guys know where to vote. Hit Dallas Mavericks. Thanks for making me win yesterday. Hopefully I go 2 for 2. And guys, we'll be doing this video series every day for the next month. Zach is heading his way to Phoenix tomorrow, so you will get a live version of the two of us in person, me rolling my eyes at all of the bad puns that Zach comes up with.
And me winning these debates. Can't get better.
No, cannot be further from the truth. All right, if you want to follow Zach, you can follow him at Talk Hoops. If you want to follow me, I'm at _sports page on Twitter and on Instagram. You can follow both of us, and you should follow this at FRS Hoops. So, guys, thanks for joining me. Zach, see you in person. Bring Boogie or else.
He's on his way.
Perfect.